कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में इतना सा फर्क है, एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी, एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
A very good afternoon to all the dear friends. The entire Franchise India team welcome all of you to our webinar series, Business Opportunity Over Time. Today we are bringing a special EV campaign. Rather, this webinar is specifically designed for two of the top brands pertaining to EV sector. It's an upcoming sector as well as business opportunity for all of us. And today we have invited the team of eFil as well as Static to talk about their business model, their franchise model, which they are offering in market. We welcome Mayank from Static and Raghuveer from eFil to talk about their brand. But before I invite them, I would like to invite Sonia ma'am also for this particular session, where she will take us through the entire submission about this particular brand. So try to maximize this particular webinar by asking maximum questions in our question and answer box. I think Sonia ma'am is facing some problems, so she'll join us very soon. But as I told you that this is a specifically planned webinar for EV vehicle, and today both the brands will talk about the EV. So we would like you to give your maximum suggestion and feedback related to this particular sector. Now it is my privilege to invite Mr. Mayank, who is from Static. Static is India's largest EV charging network station. And today he'll be talking about the different kind of the business model they are offering in market. So thank you so much, Mayank, for sparing time today, joining on this special occasion of EV webinar. So over to you to share the beautiful presentation which we have on Static.
Thank you so much, Archana. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great day. So I'll just share my screen and then we can proceed. Just 1 second. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, if you can just go for full screen.
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Perfect.
So,
thank you, man.
So the brand is Static. What we are doing is empowering e-mobility across India. So basically, we are a 2.5-year-old startup, and we have been funded by Y Combinator. We are backed by NASCOM as well. So Y Combinator by default is one of the most prestigious incubation chambers. It selects a handful of 100 to 150 startups from a pool of 10 to 15,000 startups across the world. And then there is a 3-month interaction period where you get to meet Silicon Valley founders, industry leaders come and give their speeches. And through that, in the pre-seed round, we were able to raise $2.5 million. Just 1 second. So just to give a general overview of what we do. So we facilitate transitioning towards a sustainable energy and reducing the carbon footprint. We built the entire ecosystem, including the software as well as the hardware aspect, and to fast track the EV adoption, and obviously increasing the per square foot revenue of our clients by optimizing space efficiency, right? Just to address few key milestones, we graduated from Y Combinator last year. We are right now the highest rated and most downloaded e-mobility app in India with an active user base of 8,000 users. We were the winners of the WWF Climate Solver Awards in 2019, and we are backed by NASCOM as well. What is our mission? We are paving our way to become the one-stop provider to develop the EV ecosystem across India, from software to socket. So our mission is to accelerate this adoption of EVs. And so our offerings can be divided into two parts, the hardware aspect and the software aspect. So the hardware is obviously the chargers, and the software includes the CSMS and the mobile application, which I'll be focusing on later. And all this is made in-house, right? So it is a made in India product end to end. So our partners include, so we work with cab aggregators such as BlueSmart, Meru, Lithium, WeWork is there, Allianz is there, hotels such as ITC, Savoy Group, Crown Plaza. We have also partnered up with cab aggregate with OEM manufacturers such as Tata Motors, MG. We have been working with EESL. Additionally, we have been working with state governments as well, maybe Andhra Pradesh government, Telangana state government. Our investors include Paul Buckite, the creator of Gmail. Eric Migovsky is there, who created Pebble, which was later acquired by Fitbit. Then Michael Siebel, the founder of Twitch, is there on board. Additionally, the core team of Airbnb, because Airbnb is also Y Combinator-backed startup, has also invested in the company. So our chargers across India, so they're present in Delhi NCR, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Uttar Pradesh. So right now, successfully, we have been able to capitalize up north. So what we have done additionally is connect all major cities from Delhi. So maybe Delhi, Jaipur, Delhi, Chandigarh, even we have placed chargers in Shimla, Jabli. Now what we have done is shifted our focus towards down south. So maybe Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad. So that's our target market where we plan to expand further. So the problem in the industry right now is, one, there is no reliable charging experience, accessibility to the charging infra, and fragmented charging network. And that is what we as a company are trying to solve. So since we make both the hardware and software in-house, the compatibility and the user experience that we are able to drive is one of our USPs and something that distinguishes us from the competition, right? So additionally, market presence. So we are present in India, obviously Netherlands, US. We also have recently worked in Egypt. Partners include BlueSmart, IOCL, EESL, DMRC, Delhi government, Andhra Pradesh government, Telangana government also. So this is just growth chart which we just created. So we have been growing 20% every month, and there are 2.5K charging sessions weekly. And there was a dip because of COVID, but as you can see, we have picked up again. So our products, so the hardware aspect of it is the fast charger. So it's divided into two parts, the fast charger and the slow charger. So the DC charger is there and the AC charger is there. So the static pillar and the static circle deals with the AC charging. So AC charger, so just to educate you all, so the AC chargers likely takes more time to charge the cars. So it takes 4 to 5 hours, depending on the output, obviously. So the static pillar takes 4 to 5 hours to charge a four-wheeler. The same can be done by a DC charger within 30 to 45 minutes, right? So when we talk about charging in the public space, wherein we talk about returns, so DC charger is the way to go about it. And then additionally, the software aspect, the second aspect of our offerings is, one, the CSMS dashboard. What we have done is made in robust dashboard, which is extremely interactive, which gives you as an owner of the charger end-to-end information in terms of how many units your charger is doing, how much revenue have you generated. We have something which is also known as remote health monitoring. So if anything goes wrong with the charger, you sitting at your home will know what has gone wrong, because the charger sends out a heartbeat every 10 seconds. And similarly, the turnaround time to go there, check what the problem is, come back, take the replacement is completely eliminated. We have over there updates as well. So you can simply configure or update firmware setting right here. So this dashboard is for remote health monitoring, as well as just ensuring how your charger is doing, right? So all that information can be given through the CSMS. Now, the second offering of the software has been designed with keeping in mind the users of these chargers. So the mobile application through which they'll discover the charger, pay for it, as well as charge. So for payment, we have integrated major payment gateways, maybe Razorpay, Google Pay, UPI, Paytm. And this enables them to locate nearby chargers, filter the relevant chargers according to their car, identify available slots, booking history. You can also charge according to the state of charge, wherein if you just want to charge 80%, we have that feature as well, which will be just rolled out. What our vision with investors is basically, so we have 3 in-house products. So what we want to do is place these chargers. Additionally, enlisting these chargers on the mobile application. So Static has an active user base of 8,000 EV owners. So we will be able to drive usage to the chargers, as well as the operations and maintenance of the charger is something that Static will ensure. You as an owner of the charger won't have to be concerned about that. Additionally, all the EV chargers right now that we have installed are unmanned. So there's zero workforce and no operational expenditure on them. So that's about it. So we are the one-stop solution for developing the EV ecosystem. So we can consult your plan and then execute your plans. So these are my contact details. If anyone wants to get in touch, or additionally, you can go through the website as well, or you can contact Archana.
Thank you so much, Mayank.
Sure.
Friends, you can please use the Q&A box. Any questions that you want to ask, please go ahead and we'll take that up with Mr. Mayank from Static. So very quickly, Mayank, what are the different formats we're looking at and which are the markets that we want to look immediately?
So markets that we want to look at immediately, Sonia, are the southern parts. So maybe Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore. So because right now, Delhi NCR, up north, we have been able to capitalize and place multiple charges. So down south is somewhere we want to explore as a company. When it comes to the investment opportunity or the model of investment, so what we offer is charge point operatorship, wherein basically within 15 lakhs. So 15 lakhs is the upper margin. So it can be done in less than that. So just as a safe space, we say 15 lakhs and an area of 150 square feet. We can set up a charging station. The installation, commissioning, ensuring that it's operational is all on us. So you as an owner are basically generating revenue through reselling of electricity. So let's just take the example of Delhi NCR, right? So electricity here is 5 rupees per unit of electricity. So here on our charger that we have installed, we have been selling it at rupees 20. So the 15 rupees of profit is what the charger investor is earning. So that 15 rupees is also divided into landowner investor that we can get into later.
What is the format, Mayank? I think we've not covered what formats we're looking at. And is it just one format of 150 square feet? We're looking at bigger also. And what all services one can do for kitne bays aa sakte hain? Is it two-wheeler, 150 square feet? You want to comment on?
When it comes to the public charging, right? As I mentioned, DC charging is the way to go about it. And because that's where the revenue actually lies. In terms of two-wheeler charging, we have the products. So the Static Circle that I showed, that's focused for the two-wheeler and three-wheeler segment entirely. So those take about 45 minutes to 1 hour 15 minutes to charge. Additionally, when it comes to the format of investment, basically as of now, the industry by default is delicensed. So there is no requirement in terms of you have to place 1 charging station or 2 charging station. It's upon the investor as in how much he wants to invest. What we as a company recommend is rather than investing in one place, diversifying your investment, as in placing chargers at a distance, so that you're helping build that ecosystem. Because 2 chargers in a place right now when the demand is not as high doesn't make sense at all.
What you're saying is somebody who wants to do it can take 2 or 3 locations.
Sure.
In the same city.
Right.
So बैंक का breakup थोड़ा सा बताओ. 150 में कितने charging stations हम रखते हैं? What kind of equipment are we keeping? What would it cater to? क्या equipment size होगा?
Right.
Can you also break up the investment of 15 lakhs?
Sure. So the 15 lakh investment. So the cost of the charger, the DC charger, the 60 kilowatt charger, dual gun charger is 10 lakhs, right? Then installation and commissioning is roughly said to be 20% of the cost of the charger. So that's an additional 2 lakh, which is generally less than that, but just as an approximate amount, that's what we quote. And additionally, if we get a transformer there or getting a new EV connection, that's an additional expenditure of 2 to 3 lakhs. So 15 lakhs is the estimate, but we have done installations in 12 lakhs and 13 lakhs as well.
And this
And that
equipment, क्या equipment होगा? You know, how many equipments
right.
are we looking at?
So that will basically be a 1 DC fast charger. That's a 60 kilowatt charger with dual guns. So simultaneously, you can charge 2 cars through that.
Okay.
Right. And when it comes to the breakdown of the area required of 150 square feet, so how we have done the calculation is, so basically 1 DC charger can charge 2 cars simultaneously, right? So the size of a parking lot by default is 9 by 6, right? So that's 54 square meter for 1 parking space, and then taking 2 parking bays is 108 square feet. These chargers are the size of a refrigerator, so somewhere between they are 3 by 3, so 9 square feet. So somewhere between 120 to 130 is what we say, but 150 is again to be on the safe side, what we have mentioned.
It's maybe, you know, if you can also give an average, because, you know, electric vehicle as a category, there's a lot of interest, excitement which is there in the market. But क्या एक average throughput निकलता है, you know, एक station का, which is about
एक charger
150.
से, so our
What is the
investors
potential income?
right.
क्या
So,
charge हम करते हैं?
Per month, they have been doing a profit of 25 to 40,000. The breakdown is simple. Let's just say the example of Tata Nexon. Tata Nexon has a battery size of 33 kilowatt. So assuming that we are selling the electricity at 20 rupees per unit, so that's 600 in revenue, what you're doing, right? And then additionally, the cost of electricity, let's say, is 5 rupees in Delhi NCR. So that's 150 that goes for the cost of electricity. So 450. Out of the 450, static takes ₹1 for the software support, the CSMS, the mobile application we are providing you with. So that's an additional 30 rupees. So 420 is what you generate in profit from one charging session of 30 to 45 minutes.
And on an average, you know, what should be that ideal number of vehicles one should look at in a day, in a month?
Right. So the chargers we have placed in Behror, in Neelkanstar, they have been seeing an average of 3 to 4 chargings every day. So recently only we had a Tesla at our charging station as well. So that was a great experience. So Tesla came. So Tesla is doing test runs. So they came and charged on a static charger. So that day we saw about 6 EVs. So it depends from day to day, but 3 to 4 is an ideal number for you to assume.
And are we also doing battery swapping, or we only?
No, so we are just doing charging right now, but battery swapping is in plan. So we plan on getting into battery swapping, but not as of now. So that's probably the goal for the next year.
And when, you know, because you would also know, because, you know, one obviously is the demand in the city that we are in, and the second is also important, you know, what spots you need to be at, you know. So there are some locations in the same city where you have high population or you know, flow of vehicles. Would you also be able to advise our investors which location spots would be?
So that's what static advises you with as well. So one thing that is constant with all the static chargers is the location that we place them at, because in terms of petrol stations, the time to refuel the car is 2 to 4 minutes, but here even in fast charging it's minimum of 45 to 60 minutes, right? So the users need something to do during that time. So all our chargers either have been placed near a mall or on the complex of a dhaba or a restaurant. So there is some recreational activity for the user to do, and he doesn't get bored. So that's why the users have been so happy with how Static has been placing its chargers and how we have been performing. So that is something that we look at, and that is something we obviously recommend the investors as well.
All right. So I think this was one question which is asked by Mr. Subhash. He's saying it takes about 30-40 minutes as a charging time for a customer, and he doesn't want to wait that long.
Right. Right. So just to address them, so location is something that we'll help you out with. We'll get the best location in terms of having something for recreation for the user. Now, people may have this similar question as in, why won't someone just charge at his own home rather than charging at a public charging station? One is the time difference. That is the major part. So the home chargers take 9 to 11 hours to charge a car, and the same can be done within 30 to 45 minutes. And additionally, if you're traveling somewhere, you don't have the option to go back home, recharge and come back, right? So in that case, public charging stations are taken into consideration.
Full. And I'll also quickly take a couple of more questions. Souvik Thar is asking for the commercials to be shared in Excel. We will be able to do that with you, Mr.
Sure.
Thar. And I have a question from Mr. Hussein in Gujarat. He's asking, and he's put a city which is Panchmahal. He's asking if Gujarat, they are ready to operate, or you already have operations, and will the
So
city like
we don't have
Panchmahal be
any
relevant?
chargers in Gujarat as of now, but we are looking to set up chargers. So Mr. Hussain, you can just get in touch with us and then we can help you out.
Then how about MP? Jagdish is asking if MP, since the population of electric vehicle is not that much, so are there any specific cities that you would want to target? And is
So,
that
so
something that you're looking?
Bhopal Smart City is obviously one of them. The cities that we like to target, because Bhopal Smart City is coming up with the concept. So they by default have to place solar stations, charging stations, and if I'm not wrong, PwC is burdened with the task of developing the city. So yeah, Bhopal. Additionally, you see, right now one of the major concerns is that the ecosystem by default is not present, and until unless we start setting up chargers across India, irrespective of what location. So locations matter in terms of recreational activity, but locations right now do not matter when you're thinking about will charging happen. So whoever is investing needs to have the foresight that he won't see immediate returns, but EVs are the future, wherein companies like Tata Motors have declared that by 2025 they're going to go fully electric. The companies which were in Dieselgate, Mercedes, BMW, Audi, they are launching EVs. So by default, this is going to be the market. So someone with a foresight. So the charges are obviously going to yield you results, but not as of now. So they'll take a month or so to do so. And when we are talking about areas where we want to put up charges, so pan India, wherever you want.
Sure. And I'll quickly take us some markets, and you can say yes, no, or any feedback that you
Sure.
have on these markets. We have Mr. Upendra Sharma asking for Indore. We have Mr. Shivam.
Definitely.
He says Bombay. Is that
Right.
something that you would look at?
For sure, for sure.
And I think a couple of more cities. I have Bhubaneswar from Mr. Shakti Ranjan Pani looking for Bhubaneswar.
Bhubaneswar. So as of now in Bhubaneswar, the number of four-wheelers is limited. So Bhubaneswar is in our expansion plans. We have been talking with the government, but it's more on the lines of catering to the two-wheelers. So obviously the EVs are going to come, but it for Bhubaneswar it will take some more time. So yeah.
Okay, and I will take one last question from Mr.
Sure.
Kiran Kumar, who says, is there also a master franchise model that one can?
Right. So a master franchise model is there, but then it is something that we discuss in depth, because when we give out master franchisee, we need to ensure that the franchisee owner is willing to put in the work and willing to invest. So that is something we can definitely discuss at length. If that is something you're interested in, you can get in touch with Ms. Sonia or Archana or call me up, and then we can further discuss on the same.
Okay, that's helpful. Friends, and Venkatesh Reddy ji, yes, Chennai is also open. And Vimal ji is a partner. He's saying, is there a feasibility study which will be done for the franchisee or recommendation to franchise regarding the location? Vimal ji, we just
So
covered that. You want to add on to that?
Right. So basically, we have a business intelligence team which heat maps locations depending on the number of EVs. Additionally, we have an ongoing conversation with the area, the location, the governments. So we get a general basic idea, and on the basis of that, a feasibility study is done. See, by default, the industry right now is very niche and nascent. So nothing solid can be said, but whatever assumptions we use, and on the basis of that, a basic feasibility study is provided.
And how easy is it to procure these locations? Because the spots we're talking about are maybe closer to malls. So how easy it is to procure these kind of spots, and will the company also assist in getting any of these locations?
The company will definitely assist in terms of getting the locations. In terms of procuring the location, that is one task. But yeah, we have been doing the same. We have ongoing agreements with partners such as Highway Delight, which is basically the Zomato and Uber of highways. So they get us locations. So yeah, we have things in works in terms of getting the location. So that is something the investor does not really have to worry about. So we will provide the investor with multiple locations, and on the basis of that, whichever he selects is something that we'll go ahead with, depending on mutual assent, obviously.
Sure. Friends, while I want to conclude, I still see a couple of questions still coming in, maybe one or two I'll take more, and rest I will request we can take that, offline with Mr. Mayank. And, because this industry is new and people getting into the business or wanting to get into business are also new to the terms and also the business at large. So Shakti Singh ji is asking if all charging connectors are same in all the vehicles or they're different connectors that are
Right.
being used.
So,
And-
Mr. Singh, the connectors vary depending on the car. So right now in the market, there are two types of car. There is one which is purely for fleets. So e-Verito, Tata Tigor is based on fleet. So they operate on a GBT charging port, and the rest of them are on CCS. Even Tesla is launching on CCS. So that is the consumer segment. So MG ZS, Hyundai Kona, Tata Nexon, they are on all present on CCS.
And also, I think this is also an important question. And while this is being asked by Mr. Tarun Vashni, he says, "Do you have any data of how many electric vehicles are sold in Bareilly, UP?" And
Sure.
when this data today is very easily available, not only in
Right.
Bareilly,
So
UP, but
exactly.
this data across India, whatever states. But I think more relevant would be to understand, whatever that EV population in your city, bifurcation of that, two-wheeler, kitne, three-wheelers, how which part of that particular state the population is highest, which are the current players catering to that, and then you look
Right.
at the opportunity, not only currently how it is catered to, but also having projection of ki kitne electric vehicles in the coming, say, months and year, maybe in the immediate 1 year 6 months time that city would have. So I feel we can have that also data and working shared with any prospective investor. Anything aap add karna chahte hain ispe?
No, that's about it, Sonia.
Great, friends. Thank you for asking these questions. Keep writing in any other question. And we have a team who's handling static. We'll reach out to all of you friends and connect you with Mr. Mayank for taking any question that you need more clarity on, or you might have restricted asking. So thank you again, Mayank.
Thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you, Archana. Have a great day, guys.
Good day.
Thank you so much, Mayank. Thanks for joining in today. Now we invite Mr. Raghuveer, who is from brand eFeel, again, a very prominent and a promising brand in EV vehicle. Thank you so much, Raghuveer, for joining in today. Please start with the presentation so that we understand the entire.
Thank you so much, Sonia ma'am, for inviting us on such a platform. And thank you so much providing such a wonderful platform to showcase our products here. First of all, I would like to introduce eFeel. We are in both the platform. We are the manufacturer of electrical vehicle charging station. And apart from that, we are the manufacturer of electrical vehicles also, which is three-wheeler and L5 category vehicles. So yes, this is our mission and vision and value. We want to have develop a whole ecosystem where we are providing the electrical vehicle along with the charging stations and accelerate mobility towards greener future or cleaner future, you can say. And we are having a wide range of chargers along with us, from 3.3 kilowatt to 200 kilowatt. All few of our products are patent in this three-wheeler section, and we are young technology in this section, in this segment. This is Mr. Mayank Jain, our founder, and this is Mr. Rupak Jain, our co-founder. Mr. Mayank Jain is from R&D department. He is basically worked with Yamaha in R&D department, and Mr. Rupak Jain is from business development. This is our journey so far. We have started in June 2019. We developed our application. We developed these two chargers along with CMS system, and our three-wheelers are also developed in this period. So, and this is the market we are expecting by 2025. This we are expecting that 80 million vehicles will be there, electrical vehicles will be there in market by 2025. So this is the growth we are expecting in electrical field. And now this is the portfolio of our chargers. We have wide range of chargers, starting with this. First of all, I would like to mention why the charging locations are important, but it gives the value to your property. First of all, it will increase your property value. Then it is increase your brand value. There are the government mandates which are going to be there. Some states are already implemented those mandates, and some states are about to come with. So that's why it is important to meet that mandate. And most of important thing, it will gives you the edge to over your competitors. So, and this is the basic difference I want to convey to the viewers that there are two types of charging will be there. One is AC, one is DC. AC chargers are basically, you can say, slow or moderate type of charger, which is based upon onboard charger of the vehicle. Charging is depending upon the onboard charger of the vehicle. And DC chargers are direct chargers, which can charge your vehicle independent of onboard chargers. So DC chargers are the fast chargers. And where you can put these chargers basically depend upon location to location. For residential sector, you can use AC chargers, that is from 3.3 to 7 kilowatt. For work, you can use this AC charger again with 11 from starting from 3.3 to 22 kilowatt. Then for commercial section, you can use from 15 kilowatt fast charger to 60 kilowatt. Leisure sector, again, it is DC chargers. And on highways, you can use even 60 kilowatt chargers. Basically, that is so that chargers cut down the timing, charging timing, that is cut down by this DC chargers. So that is the basic use of these chargers. Then this is our portfolio of the chargers. This is our AC charger, where you can say this is the universal type of charger. Any kind of vehicle can be charged to this charger, two-wheeler, three-wheeler, or four-wheeler can be charged, and three vehicles simultaneously can be charged to this particular charger. You need to connect the particular gun with this industrial socket, and you can charge your vehicle. And one more thing I would like to add here, that these chargers can be integrated through my application. So all these chargers will be integrated in my application, and user will get to know that there is a charging station. He can navigate to this charging station through that application only, make the booking, pay the amount, whatever there is for the charging station, and come to that place, start the charging session. So that's how this thing is simple, and there is totally manless process. No person need to be required at this particular charging stations, or totally manless process. And this is one of our most selling product right now. This is XP, more portable charger. There is a charger coming along with the vehicle, but we resolved two major issues that is user is facing with that charger. One, the current rating. Suppose 16 ampere socket is fixed with that charger, but if you don't find 16 ampere socket, you can't charge your vehicle. In this charger, you can adjust that current rate setting through this button, and you can charge your vehicle with 8 ampere, 16 ampere, 10 ampere, any charging point you will be getting at this slot, you can charge your vehicle. That is one thing. Second is proper earthing. If you don't have proper earthing, that charger will not work. So in this charger, we have inbuilt earthing so that you can charge your vehicle without proper earthing at the slot. So that is the two major issues we resolved in this charger. Apart from this, this is our AC charger without screen. 7 kilowatt charger is there for residential societies where overnight parking is there. So it will take 6 to 7 hours to charge your vehicle. Again, this is X2 model, the same kind of charger, 7 kilowatt for residential society. The major difference is this is with screen and 4G module. 4G module in the sense this charger requires Wi-Fi, and to keep this charger online, you require Wi-Fi or Ethernet cable. But in this charger, either you provide Wi-Fi, Ethernet cable, or you can put a SIM also. 4G SIM slot is there, so you can put this SIM into this charger and keep this charger online to be navigate through my application. Apart from this, this is our 15 kilowatt and 30 kilowatt model. You can see that these are very compact charger, can be mounted on the wall, or if you want to keep it on this, mount this on a stand also, it just requires 2x2 space. Tile space is required for this charger. These can be mounted on the wall also, and again, it can be integrated with my application. So this is my application. We have unique feature in this application. User can book the slot, booking is there. He can book the slot before reaching at the site, so that he can book that slot before physically come to that place. Apart from that, we do not hold any kind of money into this. There is no wallet system. Whatever the charging you required for that particular session, you need to charge through that, and balance amount will be refunded back into his account. So these are some of the unique feature. You can find other unique feature in our application by downloading this through Android or iOS platform. It is available on both the platforms. Apart from this, we having 60 plus charger. Our presence is in upper north right now in India. We have installed 40 plus charger in Delhi NCR area. Apart from that, we have installed our chargers from all the tourist destinations nearby to Delhi. You name them and you will find our charger. Mussoorie, Manali, Shimla, Nainital, all tourist destinations, Amritsar. We have placed our charger in such a way that in midway you will find our fast charger, 15 kilowatt charger at a restaurant or dhabas where you are going to spend 1.5 hours or 1 hour for having your lunch or dinner. At the end destination, you will find our AC charger or moderate charger where you are going to stay for overnight. Suppose if you are traveling from Delhi to Shimla, so at midpoint in Chandigarh, you will find our charger, 15 kilowatt charger there. And at the end destination in Shimla, where you are going to stay for that particular time period, so overnight charging will be there through our AC charger, and same cycle repeats in the return time also. So these are some installations we have done right now, and this is why you should partner with us. See, where you will be getting the first mover advantage. Then we are offering this franchisee model for sales. Apart from that, we are offering this franchising model for whole state. So in India, you are getting the opportunity to initiate with this EV policies. Right now, this is the growing business. And what is our stand? We are young technology startup. We are providing complete solution. Apart from hardware, we are providing software along with the hardware. We have expertise team in R&D department. We have a 10-year experience of with our team. So companies focused on product innovations. So that's why we are looking for franchisee partner for marketing point of view. We are expanding through this franchisee model. And franchisee is, what is the benefit to franchisee? We are significant future of this EV. Opportunities in EV is developing, rapid scale up. Already we have mentioned that this is the numbers we are expecting in upcoming time. High business growth, and EFIL train all the franchisees under them, then only all the installation, commissioning or other parts will be taken care by the master franchisees under EFIL. And this is totally manless process. We don't require any person need to be there physically present at the charging location. These are our partners. Apart from, we are a Startup India registered, we are ISO certified, we are MSME registered, and we are already in touch with government bodies also for tendering process. So we are in tendering also. So these are our contact details. Apart from this, if you have any queries, you can just let us know, or you can contact franchising team also. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Raghuveer. So quickly, I don't know if we've covered on, the financial format. I didn't see those last couple of slides. You want to quickly take up on, what it takes to become a partner? What is the requirement for a partner?
Sure, sir. I can share my screen again with the Excel sheet I have, where it is all the details, all the calculations are there.
Oh, sure.
So anyone can have a detail about this. So this is our investment model, where the role of EFIL is, we are basically the manufacturing R&D company. So the role of the EFIL will be the manufacturing of these chargers and improve these chargers according to the upcoming technologies. And other role of this franchising model of EFIL is to train the master franchisee people to do the installation, commissioning, and after sales services in that particular territory which master franchisee is going to take. The revenue for the EFIL is from the sales of these chargers. Apart from this, the master franchisee's role is to sell the charger in their particular territory and install these chargers as a CPO also. So revenue for this, the master franchisee is coming from the sales. The charger, 30 kilowatt charger is mandatory to install. The master franchisee, only one 30 kilowatt charger need to be installed in their territory. So that revenue is also coming from that 30 kilowatt charger. Then installation, commissioning of all the sold charger in their territory will be done by the master franchisee. We will train their person, and after that they will take care of this installation and commissioning until and unless any major fault is there. If there is any major fault, my team will be come to the right place. But till then, all the installation, commissioning, and after sales services will be taken care by the master franchisee. And the role of individual franchisees. Under master franchisee, there must be some unit franchisees, because we are offering this for whole state. Suppose someone takes the master franchisee for Mumbai, so he can sub-franchisee that for, if someone takes master franchisee for Maharashtra, so he can do this unit franchisee thing to Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur individual, and he can optimize that fee from this unit franchisees. And the role of unit franchisee is to sell that chargers in their territory. Apart from that, install these chargers and work as a CPO, the charge point operator. And revenue from this for this unit franchisee will be from that charger they are installed in their territory. So this is the basic investment but we are expecting from the master franchisee. That is the area required for office setup and all. That is the franchisee cost, 10 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees is the office setup cost. 2.5 is the 30 kilowatt charger setup cost, that the charger mandatory required to be installed in their territory. That is the cost, because apart from 30 kilowatt charger, you must be required some electrical infra, civil infra. So we have taken care of that cost also. The 30,000 is the branding fees, and this is the stock they are getting against the master franchisee for initial quarter. Then there must be some license fees. License in the sense you have to register some, you have to take the firm separate GST or new anything, that kind of licensing. So we have taken care of that fee also. So this is the aggregate fee for the master franchisee, and this is the bifurcation of that 30 kilowatt charger. This is included in this fees. So apart from this, this is the numbers we are expecting. Suppose our charger, this 30 kilowatt charger having a capacity of 24 vehicles in a day, but we have taken only 2.6. If you charge only 2.6, 2.6 is basically average out the thing. Suppose on one day you have taken two charger, you have charged two charger and two cars in a day, or another day you have charged 3 or 4 cars. So we have average out that. Suppose that if per day you have charged only 2.6 car, then total charging per quarter is 234, and the revenue is this much, and unit consumed is this much. Suppose you are getting the electricity by the rate of 6.25, but in Delhi, if you are talking about Delhi, you will be getting this electricity by the rate of 4.2, 4.5. So if you make it 4.5, your ROI will be automatically reduced. It is became to 22 months. So if you are getting electricity by the rate of 6.5, it will be bit more. It's 22. So that these are the calculations which is based upon state to state, whatever the electricity rate you will be getting from that particular state. And we are expecting that you will be getting rent if you have your own space. So you don't have to pay the rent. So that cost automatically reduced, then this ROI period will be reduced automatically. So these are the factors which is already taken care. We have taken the higher side, and you can calculate according to the state also. We can provide you this Excel sheet, and accordingly we can calculate the ROI period for the charging station. And this is the ROI from the sales you will be getting. We are expecting only this numbers to be sold in first quarter. We are not expecting any 30 kilowatt charger. You can sold this 30 kilowatt charger, but we are not expecting that you will be able to sold 30 kilowatt charger in first quarter. We are expecting that by second quarter you will be able to sold 30 kilowatt charger, two number of 15 kilowatt charger, and all these chargers. Basically, this number is gradually increases based upon quarter to quarter and your experience. So accordingly, this sales will be, the sales figure will be this, and there must be some operation cost, which includes one installation commissioning guy from the quarter one itself. Then there must be some sales team, which is you will be incurred from the second quarter second. And this is the marketing budget where you're having some promotions, discounts, incentives are there. So we have taken care of that thing also. So total ROI will be in this part is 28.4. But this is based upon very basic number. If you increase these things, if you increase these numbers, this ROI will be automatically decreased. So we have taken care of the very practical number that can be sold in that particular state in quarter wise. And apart from this, we are giving the whole right of this sales part to the whole state. So all the inquiries generated for that state will be forwarded to that master franchisee. They will be taking care of that. Apart from that, I already mentioned that we are in tendering process. So master franchisee will be the first priority for installation commissioning. We are getting through the tenders. So that is also discussed with the master franchisee on the project to project basis. So there will be a revenue resources for master franchisees along with, apart from this thing also, which is not mentioned there, that is based upon project to project. So we can discuss on upcoming opportunity with individually with this master franchisee owners. So that's all we have right now. If apart from this, if you have any question, we can discuss that.
Friends, if you have any questions, I'll take it up right now. And Raghubir, the first question which I want to also ask is, we have talked about two models. One is the area franchise model and the other is a unit franchise model, where the area franchise is also expected to make a direct sale. So how does it model, work? How many unit franchisees he needs to have? So is he also doing a direct sale? He's also giving to unit franchisee. Would you want to explain this case, please?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we are giving the independent right to the master franchisee regarding this. Suppose that is basically depend upon state to state. If you are talking about Delhi, Delhi have a 5 zone right now: east, west, north, northwest. So basically, depending upon that, the unit master franchisee can differentiate that thing into the unit franchisee, and the master franchisee will be getting this right from the our side, that you are independently control these unit franchisee according to their requirement from state to state. That is basically depending upon the master franchisee only, that they want to promote their thing through them only. They are going to hire the sales staff and promote this thing through them, or they are going to outsource this thing to the sub franchisee. So they don't have to invest in the sales team. They directly do the sub franchisee thing and do the sales part. The sales margin for the sub franchisee is automatically reduced, and that margin will be reduced from the master franchisee thing. Suppose right now master franchisee is getting 8 and 12% on the dealership margins are there on the charges for selling of the charges. But if someone has sub franchisee, that is already mentioned in the contract that these margins will be skewed somewhat, and that will be given to the unit franchisee for the sales of these charges.
So this means that the model that we discussed is for the area. So if somebody is looking for a unit franchisee, can we offer a unit franchise without the area in place? Is that
Yes,
something?
of course. That is the plus thing to the master franchisee. You can say that they are already have the firm customer in that particular area. If someone comes with the master franchisee after having unit franchisee, they already have a customer base in that particular area. So it is benefit to the master franchisee. So we can offer unit franchisee directly in that particular area before coming of the master franchisee also.
And who is our target audience, in terms of not the end consumer? I'm talking about, you said, sale of chargers is something which is responsibility with the partner. So who would be the ideal profile of the target audience?
Upcoming market is all the states are coming with the mandates. So all the societies need to be there is a mandate from the government, state to state government, it varies, but right now all the state governments are keeping this in mandate that societies had to reserve 20% EV car parking for this society parking space. So when 20% car parking is need to be reserved, then that thing mandate thing will be there, and the society will be the target person. Apart from that, these malls, all the dhaba owners,
We've lost your connection, Raghubir. Yes, we'll wait. I feel there's a network issue with Mr. Raghubir. We're trying to reach out to him, and we'll subsequently take your questions. And also, friends, if you're interested in any specific brand or the city that you're looking at, you may reach out on the hotline number, and we'll also connect you with the entire representative or leadership team that came in today. I'm putting our hotline number that you can reach out to, which is 9717683838. I will also put my email ID. You can even reach out to me for anything specific, any feedback that you have. And then I will put our ID, which is franchiseindia.in, which is feedback@franchiseindia.in, where, so these are two IDs you can reach out. I have also shared our hotline number where you can reach out for any information. So Ashna, are we able to get in touch with Mr. Raghubir?
Yes, ma'am. Just 1 minute. Joining back. He's just joining with phone, ma'am. He's facing some problem with his system. So he's just joining with phone.
Friends, we were doing this episode today, and these were the opportunities that we wanted to bring to you. So, while we also have many other brands in the EV segment, if you're looking at this as a category for you to explore, I would request that you reach out to us. And we have our teams at 97 cities across India. If we have the location that you come from, maybe a regional advisor team office will try and reach out to you. So Kiranji, will also take your question. You want to know the franchise fees, is that same for unit or a master? Because that was only one financial that we had come across. We'll quickly check with Mr. Raghuveer on the same. And Venkatesh is asking about the risk and the, how do we mitigate the risk?
Ma'am, he's back.
Sure.
Sorry for the interruption.
No, no problem. Vijay, I'll quickly take some questions because I see some of these already coming in. I think one question which I see is from Mr. Kiran Kumar. He's asking on the franchise fee and the financials that we talked about. And is that fee of 10 lakhs for an area franchisee or a unit franchisee?
This is for whole state. The 10 lakh rupee fee is for the whole state. If you are talking about the unit franchisee, or you can say sub franchisee, the fee will be 2 lakh rupees.
Okay. And what will be the investment for a unit? 25 is what we took for
That is for whole state, 25 lakh rupees approximately. It is around 23.7. Exact amount I'm telling you, 23.7 for the whole state. And if you are talking sub franchising, it is 14 lakh.
And this 14 lakhs would have 2 lakhs of your investment in the franchise fees, and the balance 12 lakhs is towards what all?
For the stock and installation commissioning of the charger need to be there. So that is the fees.
And how much is the stock inventory investment?
There will be 8 chargers you will be getting under the stock, and out of which 6 are AC chargers, different model I have shared with you, and 2 will be the DC chargers, 130 kilowatt, 115 kilowatt.
एक क्वेश्चन है जो हर एक investor, and we also advise our investors to to understand. So this is a question by Mr. Reddy, who's asking, can you explain, is there any risk involved in the business, and if there is, how can an investor or a partner mitigate that risk? And also, if I can add, if for reasons a partner wants to exit, are there any exit plan or clauses which are defined for him, and what happens to the inventory with him?
Okay, that thing also can be considered. As of now, we didn't consider that thing, because right now EV market is evolving by each passing day. So you can say that by this thing will be growing by this in coming future. We are going to by numbers of electrical vehicles, they are going to increase. We have to there will be a mandate from the government. There will be a compulsion that you need this much space for reserved for EV. So all these things are going to be there. Yes, risk is involved in every business. There is no business without any risk. So the risk is involved, but this future is prominent in this kind of business. All the mandates from the government that are coming, you can see that, and you can calculate the risk involved in this.
I'll take a question from Mr. Dhar asking, for a unit franchise model, the revenue source is by reselling of electricity for charging one car. How much will it cost? Example, Tata Nexon.
If you're talking Tata Nexon, it is the most selling EV right now in India. So it takes 30 units to get the full charge. It is having a 30 kilowatt hour battery pack. So with in Delhi, you will be getting the electricity by the rate of 4.5 rupees per unit from the EV connection from the local discounts. So back end, you will be getting the 4.5 rupees, and customer is paying 15 to 18 rupees, depending upon location to location, whether it is in mall. So in mall, there must be some rent also included in this. So the cost is 15 to 18 rupees per unit. So if you take 15 rupees also, there will be 11.5 rupees profit on per unit. 11.5 into 30, that can be calculated for one car charge. So that is the pure profit. So approximately 50 to 60% profit is there for one car charging. More than that.
Yeah. All right. And what are the typical operating expenses for a partner? Operating expenses mein kya?
Operating expenses basically covered CMS system or the application, which is need to be integrated with the charging management system. So there must be some rent if you are opting for the rent option. Apart from that, there is a investment on CMS system where that application need to be there, and that bug fixing or this server thing. So that application will cost you around 499 rupees per month per charger after 1 year initial period. For 1 year, it is free from our side. After that 1 year, you have to pay for 99 rupees per month per charger for this per application. But if you don't want to keep it online, it is free. It is up to you only.
All right, that's helpful. And how long is the agreement term with our partners?
See, that is basically for 10 years. But as we are doing business with you guys for that particular state, and you are the only sole responsible person, or you can say sole representative of e-fill in that particular state, there will be only exclusive right given to the master franchisee for representing e-fill in that particular state. So if you are not able to meet the target for first 3 quarters, regular first 3 quarters, then we are free to have another master franchisee. Your exclusivity will be lost, but you will be the franchisee in that state.
Where are we currently present? कौन-कौन से locations पे हमारी अभी current presence है, and कौन-कौन से locations पे हम जाना चाहते हैं?
We are open for pan India. We are having our presence in upper north. So we have our chargers in Mussoorie, Nainital, Shimla, everywhere. All the nearby tourist locations from Delhi are covered with our chargers. So we do have our presence in upper north, and we are open for pan India basis.
Friends, you can reach out to us if there's any other question that you want to ask. Please let us know. And I think Hussein ji has a question. What about installation, servicing, maintenance of the station? Who takes care of it?
If you are taking the master franchisee, my team will train your people to do the installation and commissioning. What are the parameters need to be take care, how the site survey will be done, that we will train your people. Then the master franchisee of that area will be taken care of this installation, commissioning, and after sales services. And there will be a revenue for the master franchisee from this thing. Because I am based in Delhi, it is not viable option for me to fly from Delhi to Bangalore for do the installation commissioning. Instead of that, I will prefer my local team to do this installation thing and make the revenue from out of it.
So very helpful, Raghubir ji. And friends, I'll request if you want to connect with Mr. Raghubir, we'll help you. We block a slot with him. And any other questions that you have, you can use the Q&A box and ask, or you can reach on the hotline number that I've put in the chat box, which is 9717683838. I've also put my email ID and also the feedback ID that you can reach out to for any other information that you want to seek on the opportunities that we presented. Thank you so much, Raghubir ji, for coming in.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Over to you, Archana.
So thank you so much, Raghubir, for joining in today. Thank you so much, Sonia ma'am, for joining in today. Dear friends, do reach out to us at our business hotline number as well as on email ID. Sonia ma'am has shared both of them in your chat box. Please save our number 9717683838. Do share your suggestion and feedback at the same number. And you can also connect with Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am at their respective LinkedIn IDs to get more information about business, about different business opportunities, market inputs. And today, under our Bharat Franchise Show, the show which will start at 7 p.m., we are inviting you to join us for our Surat chapter. We have invited the brand owners and the leadership team of top 5 brands looking at expansion in Surat city. So please join us 7 p.m. by doing registration with us, which is free of cost. Join us. You can get a registration link with us either at our business hotline number or go to Facebook page. And tomorrow, under our Business Opportunity Over Chai webinar series, we are bringing the brand V-Sharp. It's a leading home care product in FMCG category. They are providing the 6 business options under one roof. You can start this particular business with a low investment of 1 lakh rupees. So please don't miss this chance. Join us tomorrow to understand their entire distribution model, because they are looking out distributors. So look forward to have you tomorrow for our V-Sharp webinar and today Bharat Franchise Show. Thank you so much once again for joining in today. Stay safe, stay happy. Thank you so much.